We need to talk.
Hey, good to see you. It's Papa John. If you saw yesterday's teaser, we're talking about going up Monkey Mountain. I'm going to give you a couple more hints about this Sunday's program. I got to see 2,000-year-old mummified bodies somewhere in the world, talking about that. Cool place called the Bat Cave in Panama that you got to go to. I'll take you there if you want to go. And Paul getting ready to fist fight a brown bear.
What?
Or with a rock. I don't recommend that. You're going to hear all that and more this Sunday. I've been to India and England and a lot of Central and South America, but man, I got to spend 10 days in Rome on it. I was on a movie shoot with Jean-Claude Van Damme, a movie called Double Team. And that sounds fascinating to you, maybe. I wasn't fascinated about working on a movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. I was fascinated about getting paid to go have 10 days in Rome and go exploring.
We went to Alaska one time and we rode a train. When we was riding the train, I said, look, all them brown bears. And me and this guy, we used to take a hike every morning. Wherever we was at, him and I would get out. But the next morning, I got up and started hiking up the mountain. He had done the same thing and went a different direction. But I got up there and I said, man, what about these brown bears? I got me a big old rock about that big around. I said, that's all I got. And I said, if I run into one, I'm going to hit him right in the mouth. And he could have wiped me out with one lick. You know what I mean? I might have got the first lick, but he would have got the last lick.
We lived in Panama, as we talked about. On the Caribbean side, there's a tourist area up towards Costa Rica called Bocas del Toro, the mouth of the bull. Asking the locals, what should we do while we're here? And one of the suggestions that we kept hearing from different people was, oh, you got to go to the Bat Cave. You're out in the Caribbean, but there's little islands all around. When you drive to one island to get to the main tourist island, it's an island and you have to take a ferry boat to get to it. And you see this island coming closer and closer and closer, and you see a little opening with a river like the Nile River you'd think of, or Jungle Book. And this boat then goes up into the jungle, and you're going and winding through in the canopy hanging, and there's monkeys and sloths and big colorful birds, and you feel like that's a movie. Well, then you come to this rock face and cliffs, and there's a stream coming in a big opening, and the river's coming out of this cave. It was 3 tours in one. You'll have to tune in this Sunday to find out what happened in the Bat Cave and what I did that Debbie wouldn't do, and why they call it the Bat Cave. Speaking of caves, or, well, catacombs, I visited the catacombs in Rome and made friends with the tour guide, and this happened. I was so nice to him, I guess, that when the tour ended, I stayed there and kept talking to him and asking him questions. He goes, don't tell anybody I did this, but you want to see some 2,000-year-old bodies? Come with me, and takes me back into the catacombs, just me and him, and back. All these crazy stories and more this Sunday. Make sure to join us. See you then.
We need to talk.
That's good.